just in front of the Sacré-Cœur. Us to not take this, because if you do like Montmartre all in one, it's hard on your legs. What you try to do on this tour is really do a circle around. So I told you this part is the most difficult, I think. But after that, and I don't know what you thought since the beginning of the tour, it's pretty easy. It's not that difficult. But if you come back with people that have trouble walking, what you can do is go directly in front of the Sacré-Cœur. You take the funiculaire that gets you almost to the top, and there it's easier. You have a lot of things at the top, but you see a bit less, I think, places like this that are a bit less touristic. Even if here you can see you have tons of people on this little square. I can tell you, you're at a good season right now. You're in April. If you would have been here in August, this square would be dark with people. You could not hear me, or I would have to scream very loud, because this little dark green place here is one of the most important during our tour. This is called le bateau lavoir. Le bateau lavoir in French, it means the washing boat, because for a long time it was an art workshop so old that when the wind was howling like today, it made the same noise as the boat on the Seine on which people used to wash the clothes. But even if it was that old, all the rebellious artists of the time wanted to go here. I put an emphasis on that, rebellious. I'm showing you a lot of artists. You have other places in Paris where you can go if you're an artist. You can go to Montparnasse, you can go to Le Marais, to La Nouvelle Athènes. Here in Le Bateau Lavoir and around in Montmartre, it's if you want to break the classical rules. And here in the winter 1906-1907, it was a painter I think you all know, it was Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso painted here this painting, Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, that maybe you've heard about before. Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. For me, this is the first painting I ever saw when I was in art history class when I was 11. So that's cool to see the place where it was painted.
Yeah.
But well, I don't have to tell you that the colors are weird, that the women are shown from different perspectives at the same time. It's a bit a painting that is on the road from realism and impressionism to the way to abstraction by destroying a bit realism. I don't want to tell you all about this painting, I just want to tell you about how French people reacted to it. When this was painted, the most famous French painter at the time was one guy called Matisse. Matisse, you might have heard of him. He said that this is an act of terrorism on art. Braque, one of Picasso's friends, said that looking at it is like drinking gasoline. So while they were not light on roads, but if you know Braque a bit, he began to paint just like this a few years after. It really launched Picasso's career, and it allowed him to go out of Montmartre. And it really launched, and it's still, I think, one of the most influential paintings in 20th century. If you want to see it, I'm sorry you need to take a plane. It's at the MoMA in New York. We still have lots of Picasso paintings. If you want to see them, you have a museum entirely dedicated to him in Le Marais, if you like him. And you have tons of his paintings in the Pompidou Center, that is the Museum of Modern Art in Paris. If you have the time, go there, it's very beautiful. And next day, it will close for 5 years. Next year, it will close for 5 years, sorry. So even if you come back frequently to Paris, try to enjoy it as you can, as long as we can, because for a long time we won't have any modern art museum in Paris.